Every night, an old man placed a small lamp by his window. Every night, an old man placed a small lamp by his window. The street outside was quiet, and most houses were already dark. A traveler once asked him, "Why do you keep the lamp on when no one walks this road anymore?" The old man smiled gently. "This lamp is not for those who have already passed," he said. "It is for the one who may be lost and still coming." The traveler paused, looking at the soft light glowing in the darkness. That night, a young boy, afraid and unsure of his way home, noticed the lamp. The light guided him safely through the quiet street. The next morning, the boy returned to thank the old man. The lamp had done its job, silently, patiently, without expecting praise. Moral: even a small light can guide someone through their darkest moment. Like it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Well, let me tell you a story that might just change your mind. It's a story about a lamp, an old man, and a light that refused to go out. Imagine a quiet little street tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the world. As twilight painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, one by one the lights in the houses would go out. The street would fall into a deep, peaceful slumber, blanketed in darkness. But there was one exception. In a small, humble house, a single lamp would appear in the window, its gentle glow a lone star in a sea of night. Every single night, without fail, an old man with kind eyes and a warm smile would place this small oil lamp on his windowsill. It wasn't a bright, glaring light. It was soft, warm, and inviting, like a quiet promise. It cast long, dancing shadows on the empty street below, a street that had grown quieter over the years. The laughter of children playing had faded, the footsteps of neighbors visiting each other had dwindled. Now it was mostly silent. One evening, a traveler, weary from a long journey, was passing through the town. He noticed the solitary light and was intrigued. Most people saved their oil, especially when there was no one around to see the light it gave. Curiosity got the better of him, and he approached the old man's house. The old man was sitting by the window, watching the flame flicker. The traveler knocked gently on the doorframe. "Good evening, sir," he said. "I couldn't help but notice your lamp. This street is so empty, and it seems no one walks this road at night anymore. May I ask, why do you keep the lamp on?" The old man looked up, and his face crinkled into a gentle smile. He didn't seem surprised by the question. He gestured towards the lamp, his eyes full of a wisdom that only comes with time. "You are right," he said, his voice soft and calm. "This lamp is not for those who have already passed by, or for those who are safely tucked in their beds." He paused, letting his words sink in. "This lamp," he continued, "is for the one who may be lost. It's for the one who is still out there searching for their way. It's a light for the person who might be coming." The traveler was taken aback. He stood there for a moment, silent. He had expected a simple answer, perhaps that it was just a habit. But this was something more profound. He looked at the soft golden light that pushed back against the encroaching darkness. It wasn't just a lamp, it was a beacon of hope. It was a silent welcome to a stranger, a guide for the lost. That small flame held more purpose than he could have imagined. He thanked the old man and continued on his way, but the image of that lamp stayed with him, a warm glow in his memory. Later that same night, long after the traveler had gone, the story of the lamp was far from over. A young boy found himself walking down that very street. He had stayed out later than he should have, and now the familiar path back home looked strange and intimidating in the deep darkness. Every shadow looked like a monster. Every rustle of leaves made him jump. Fear began to creep into his heart. He was lost, alone, and unsure of which way to turn. Just as tears started to well up in his eyes, he saw it. A soft, steady light in the distance. It was the old man's lamp. It wasn't much, but in that moment, it was everything. It was a point of reference, a sign of life, a promise of safety. The boy's fear didn't vanish completely, but it lessened. He focused on the light and started walking towards it, one tentative step at a time. The lamp guided him, its glow illuminating just enough of the path for him to see where he was going. It led him through the quiet street, past the dark houses, until he finally reached a familiar turn. From there, he knew his way. He ran the rest of the way home, his heart filled with relief and gratitude. The next morning, as the sun rose and filled the street with bright, cheerful light, the boy remembered the lamp that had saved him. He went back to the old man's house and knocked on the door. When the old man answered, the boy looked up at him and said, "Thank you, your lamp. It showed me the way home." The old man simply smiled, his eyes twinkling. He didn't say much. He didn't need to. The lamp had done its job silently, patiently, without ever asking for thanks or recognition. This story, my friends, holds a powerful lesson. Kindness doesn't need an audience to be meaningful. You don't need a grand stage or a crowd of people to make a difference. Sometimes the most profound acts of kindness are the ones no one else sees. Think about it. The old man didn't light the lamp for praise. He lit it because he knew, deep down, that even a small light could be a lifeline for someone lost in the dark. He was lighting a lamp of hope. His act of kindness was a quiet, consistent effort that asked for nothing in return. And that's a beautiful metaphor for our own lives, isn't it? We all have a lamp we can light. It might be a word of encouragement to a friend who is struggling. It could be a listening ear for someone who just needs to talk. It might be a simple smile to a stranger or holding a door open. These things might seem small, insignificant. You might think, does this even matter? Will anyone even notice? The answer is yes. It matters more than you know. You may never see the person your kindness helps. You may never know the full impact of your small, selfless act. Like the old man, you might be lighting a path for someone you've never even met. Your single flame of positivity could be the one thing that guides someone through their own personal darkness, through their moment of fear and uncertainty. In a world that often feels loud and demanding, where everything seems to be about getting noticed, the story of the lamp reminds us of the quiet power of selfless giving. It teaches us that true impact isn't measured in likes or shares or applause. It's measured in the warmth you bring to the world, even if it's just from one small window. So don't ever underestimate the power of your own small light. Don't ever think that your kindness is wasted because no one is watching. Light your lamp. Keep it burning. Because you never know who might be out there, lost in the dark, looking for a way home. Your light might be the very thing they need to find their way. Thank you so much for listening. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's a small act of kindness that made a big difference in your life? Let's share some light with each other. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that warm the heart and feed the soul. Until next time, keep your light shining.